Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we just had a succession, which means of course we need to take back Mali and Kanan Boru, and apparently Ghana split off of Mali, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have a de jure on that. Either way, we'll get them back into the fold. We need to get Mali under our control, of course, and we've split up our forces here and are sieging. We just lost a siege somewhere. Where was this? Oh, up over here. Okay. That seems fine. We're currently at a reasonable rate. Unfortunately, we didn't capture anyone, but we are going to be doing 3 simultaneous sieges here, which is all we can really afford to do in our current situation. No, I have no need for your help. Okay, let's grab... Actually, these are pretty decent setups right now. Let's grab planned cultivation to begin with. We're working on development in Kong North still. We're up over cap, which is, of course, not necessarily ideal efficiency-wise, but we're going to be going into feudalism very, very soon. This life, I expect. So that seems good. I'm wondering if they're going to start up another siege here. What are we at for battle war score? Only 7. Okay, noted. I'm going to finish up this siege here. We've got 3 months there. There's a lot of hostile forces running around here. Claim on the High Chiefdom of Mali. Yeah, we need to get that done. Okay, so in that case, I want this siege to wrap up. They're going to fight us here? Okay, I guess we'll get some prestige out of that. Sure. Seems relatively okay. There might be some fighting up over here. Who is this? Our player heir... Our wife is concerned about our player heir's... Yeah, this is our player heir here. Concerned about her guardian. Or lack of guardian. Okay. There we go. Well, we've got about 50 days left here on this siege. This siege finishes. Now, we absolutely want to make our way up this direction and fight these guys if we can. Getting additional battle war score would be incredibly useful for us. So we're going to head up over here. And we're going to attack up over this way. Yes, we should win that fairly easily. We controlled this area. Let's attack right out over here. Looks good. We're at 55% war score, and we just stack wiped that. That put us at 98. This siege is going to end the war. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Mali is back under our control. Okay. So with that under control, next up, I want to check in on Ghana. Okay, so we have some de jure duchies. We could do a subjugation on him. That's probably our best bet, to be honest. But Kanan Boru, we absolutely need to go for because we have claims on it. Where is his capital? His capital's way up over here. Okay, so that is all reasonably fine. We're going to... Oh, hang on. Our bowmen are unstationed? They should be stationed somewhere. We'll put them up over here for now. Okay. We're probably going to have to go through these and determine where we want them to be stationed, but that's going to be something that's better done, in my opinion, once we achieve feudalism. So for now, that's going to be the case, and I want to raise up forces here. We want to siege up this direction, right? So that basically means 2 simultaneous sieges pushing up towards Kanan. So that means we want our men-at-arms. We want probably around 10,000, maybe 12,000 levy troops. Okay, so that seems reasonably fine. We do need a new marshal. That will be this guy. Okay, this is about 8,000 levies right now. 4 months on this, huh? Well, we might have to stop that early. We'll see what ends up happening there. We do know that there are armies up over here and sieging. So that is definitely noted. This is a Borguan conquest. Okay, that's noted. Cool. So we need to let a few additional forces rise here. But we're actually pretty close to our cap, I feel like. This is the majority of what we're going to get. So I'm going to group this together. I'm going to split off about 1 unit here, giving them a siege commander. You're going to go up over here. I'm going to stop gathering here for the time being. I'm going to split off another unit of around 2,000 levies. Do we have a second siege commander at this point? The answer is no. Okay, so it'll be this guy. He's going to head up over here, and our main force is going to walk this way. Now, they're going to take a little bit of attrition on through here. I'm okay with that. That seems reasonably fine. So we want to arrive over here fairly quickly. We want these sieges completed. They have a total troop count of 2,800, so this is the vast majority of their army. We can run around and take care of some of these, steal their sieges, perhaps. We're going to arrive here in 3 months. Okay, so they're going to finish this siege before we get there. That's not necessarily ideal, of course, but we're going to be pretty close. They actually decided to run away. Fascinatingly. So we just inherited a location here. What did we inherit? This. We don't want it. We're going to grant it off. Okay. So that seems fine. We're going to fight these guys. They're kind of blocking us from attacking our actual foe here. That's rude, but these guys are being dumb. They should not have walked back over here. Okay, we just had an acclaimed knight become idle. And we should probably appoint someone as the most expert of the Mel Spears. What is the truest son of Mali here? They're a mentor and stalwart. Okay. So I want to appoint this guy here. That'll be fine. And we're going to want to bump up our sizes of some of these. But for the time being, this'll be fine. Okay. So we're going to eliminate these guys, no problem. These sieges are going nicely. That was a stack wipe. Now, I actually want to come up here and take over this siege if we can get there in time. So we're going to head up there. That will be absolutely okay. We're completing these sieges. We're going to want to siege in Bornu next. And then we're going to want to siege in Munio here. So that puts us at 66% war score. Beautiful. These guys are running away. That is unfortunate. That means that they gave up their siege, and that means that we should attack here. Okay. So that'll be our fastest siege. Actually, hang on. We could come down this way. How long? They have a breach. 32 days? No, we don't get there in time. So we're going to have to siege here. That'll be our fastest siege in that case. So that's okay. We're going to continue to push up through here. We do see 900 reasonably high-quality troops here. So I'm going to put some besiegers here, about 2,000 of them. And these guys are going to head over this direction for now. Okay. So that'll be absolutely fine. We're just going to make our way through here. We need to get this back under our control, right? So that's absolutely okay. Ghana needs to fall. We'll have to subjugate him. But this is fine. We can definitely put this all back together. So this siege is now under our control. We have no leadership here. This guy should be in charge. That'll be okay. Excellent. So I'm just keeping an eye on these situations down here. It's nothing too significant. Ooh, hello. We're going to come down and fight these guys. That's commanded by their ruler. We could capture him, and that would be huge. Ooh, yeah, let's become an herbalist. Why are there so many albino people? Okay, that's kind of weird. Very awkward indeed. There's apparently, like, a lot of albino people around. We're not going to become a witch, but we'll gain some learning lifestyle experience. We just inherited the Kingdom of Guinea. Okay, that's interesting. Does that actually hurt us in any meaningful way? Well, we need to grant this out. These guys are raised. We're going to put them down. We need to grant this out, and then the Kingdom of Guinea could be granted, but we don't have to. We do have too many held duchies, though, and that means that we should definitely grant out this duchy. So we'll grant that over here. The Duchy of Sapi. There we go. Cool. So that'll be fine for now. We're at 71% war score at this time, and we want to continue to chase these guys down. We did just win the Siege of Munio, and that means we want to attack up over here. Excellent. There's this force here. I'm going to group these together for the time being. We're going to catch this force here. What just happened here? A populist uprising. Okay, that's awkward. So we stack wiped this force. We're going to head up over here. This siege will finish shortly. I don't think they have the troop count to do this. What need have I for your books? Indeed. Well, as it should be. I didn't even look at what that was going to do. Well, we're going to finish up this siege, and we're letting these guys walk by. Okay, they're not actually hostile to each other. That's interesting. We're going to walk this direction and hopefully eliminate this. Yes. We'll see if that works. Poor rhetoric. Okay. We do get a new learning lifestyle perk. That's okay. Summon the physician, and we're going to lose prestige from this, which is not, or rather legitimacy, which is not necessarily great, but I guess it's okay. Let's head up and start sieging their capital. And let's opt for safe treatment. And let's grab, say, scholarly circles. That'll do fine for now. Mild epidemic prevention. Okay, cool. Demand artifact, we will decline that. And, oh, we can adopt feudal ways now. Ooh. Okay, we'll do that after this war. That is definitely an after the war sort of thing. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're making good progress there. We're going to want to continue to work on this, but for the time being, we want to wrap up this siege, right? That is top priority. Are we at 50% war score right now from battles? We are. This guy is not led by their commander, but we're going to want to turn this around anyway and come fight them out over here if we can. They're going to lead us on a bit of a merry chase, but we'll catch somebody down over here anyway and clean up some of this. 80% chance of that not being great? Sure. You can leave. That's fine. I don't actually care about that. Cool. Now I want to come down and eliminate this force. It's not going to gain us any additional war score, but that's okay. So we're going to head down over here. Yes, all of this is happening up here, and these guys should really be moving up over here for now. Okay, they're locked in over this way. Let's eliminate them. We might capture somebody of use, but this is mostly a defensive battle here, defending our sieges. Cool. So now we'll head up over this direction. Actually, they're probably retreating to their capital, right? Probably. Well, then speak. Okay, secret faith. Sure. So 13 days on this siege. This siege will very possibly end the war. 93%. Not ideal, but let's head up to their capital and start sieging there. They're not actually retreating, or they did retreat to their capital. They're now leaving. This gift? We could reject their charity, but I'm not going to. We're going to need that gold. We've got a lot of gold right now, but we can adopt feudalism. So that is going to be absolutely huge. They might be coming around to attack here, but that's okay. We can move our own forces over this way. They have to go all the way around. We've got the inside track here. And they're not actually doing that anyway. They're coming down here to siege. Okay, that's fairly foolish. This siege is about to finish, and that should end the war. 99? Ooh, okay, that's sad. So I guess it's going to be this siege. 7 months on that and 5 on that. I guess it's going to be this siege. This is not going very swiftly. Unless we capture somebody here, I suppose. Which is potentially possible, but unlikely. Slow war. Okay. Well, you all look like fine farming material to me. Fantastic. Actually, mercenaries turned farmers would get us what? For 20 years? I don't necessarily like that. But that's what we're going to do. Okay. So that battle's over, and this siege will be over quite soon as well. 50 days on that? Sure. This war will be done very, very soon. That idiot does belong in our dungeon. 20 days left. 10 days. And the war is over. Fantastic. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. That is our realm basically put back together. There's still a few issues with it. We need to get Ghana back under our control. But the biggest thing that I want to do right now is adopt feudal ways. This is very important. So we're going to do that. The old ways have served us well, and we will always honor them. However, as the Emperor of Guinea, I have concluded that we must adopt feudalism and its principles if we shall continue to prosper. It is the crucial next step on our road to greatness. Long live Guinea. Indeed. We gain a Mighty Endeavor Legend Seed, and we should probably start working on that immediately. So we can start spreading that. We can create this, and we shall do that. And we're also going to get ourselves a Court Chronicler here. This guy's only average. Our half-brother and friend is also average. I'm going to choose him instead. He's younger, so that'll be fine. And we want him to be extolling a domestic legend. There we go. So we're going to boost up our legend spread chance. He's not the greatest at that, but we're going to get going on that one. Seems good. And, of course, we're going to want to attack Ghana very, very shortly here. Uh-huh. The question is, do we want... Oh, we can't actually subjugate him. Right, that would be the case. What about claimants? Our vassal has an unpressed claim on the kingdom. So, Fama Sundiata II. This claim. 2,000 prestige for that. Now, to be clear, we don't really need prestige that much more. So there is that. But we did change over. So these are now costing gold instead of prestige. So gold is going to become a bit of a problem for us. But we can see all of these holdings that spawned. We've got temple holdings here in each of these. And we're going to want to start building some city and some castle holdings as well. So where do we want to build each? Well, we have to make a decision at this point. Which of these do we want to be our military duchy? And which do we want to be our economic duchy? I'm leaning towards this being economic and this being military. So, to that end, we would come in here and we would construct a city holding here. We would come in here and we would need to construct a city holding. We'd come in here. We've already got a city holding here, so this has to be a temple holding. And we'll get going on that. Out over this way, I want to check through all of these. So this has all three holdings currently built. This is going to need a city holding, and the next one would be a castle holding. This would be a castle holding, which we don't have mots yet, so we can't construct that at this moment. These two would be castle holdings. So there's going to be a total of 4 additional castle holdings, putting us at a domain size of 11. I feel like that's reasonable. Yes. Now, I want to take a look at our tribal innovations here. And we can see average development is now 0.16. Mots are going to be done in 8 years. Onagers are going to be done in 13. I do want to replace our Guinean uplanders. And I'm thinking we should completely rework our men-at-arms. But for the moment, this is probably acceptable. Now, I want to go through every single one of these holdings that currently exists and make sure that they are getting upgraded. So, we can construct a duchy building, but we don't have the innovations for that. We can't upgrade this without mots, so there's nothing we can do in our capital county at this moment. This temple, however, we could absolutely build something like hospices for additional plague resistance and tax. And I want to probably prioritize hospices in temples for right now. Okay, so out over here, we're going to build hospices as well. Up here is going to be hospices. Those generate gold, but they also give us plague resistance, which is very useful. So we're going to get that going. And up in this city, we're not going to build hospices in cities. We're going to prioritize gold production. So that is going to be farms and fields here. So that'll be fine. Let's check through our castles, but I expect all of these to be as good as we can get them at this moment. And that is indeed the case. We're going to probably want to change around some of these constructions that are here right now. But that'll be fine. So we can convert some of this remaining gold over, but we need to grant some vassals over to rightful lieges, which we are absolutely going to do. We can usurp a few titles, and we can ransom off some prisoners if we need to. We do have too few spouses at this moment, and we should probably do something about that. As long as these don't lose us legitimacy, it's okay. So we'll do that for now. And at this point, I want to get us up to 1,500 prestige. So the Kingdom of Ghana could be usurped, but he's fighting a war. This High Chiefdom is also able to be usurped, but he's fighting a war too. So instead, we're going to have to create some titles. The Kingdom of Darfur, we're going to create and hold ourselves. Now that's 400 gold. And the Duchy of Igboland, we're going to create, and this is not going to be held by us personally. This will help us rebuild our legitimacy, which is good. We're going to need to grant Igboland over to our brother over here. So that seems fine. We've largely put our territory back together. Largely. But now we need to attack Ghana. and we need to press this guy's claim. It's going to be 2,000. I thought it was 1,500. Okay, that's my bad, but that's fine. We can create another duchy here, and that gives us 2,000. So we're going to grant that over to this guy. We don't want to hold that ourselves, so we're going to do that. Perfect. So we're not endorsed by our Hogan, and that is actually a problem at this point. So we should probably work on swaying this guy. And beyond that, this all looks reasonably good. So next up, I want to press this guy's claim on Ghana. This is going to be very expensive. Low legitimacy. Okay, we definitely do need to deal with that legitimacy. We did get our legitimacy up a decent amount, though. His capital's here. Well, that's convenient. Okay, so we're going to raise up forces right up over here. Our forces are smaller than they were in the past because we're no longer tribal. That is understood. We're going to raise men-at-arms and probably all of our levy troops. But we need to press this guy's claim. Absolutely. Okay, so it's going to take about 3 months for these guys to get here. Yep, that seems fine. Feudalism is going to be a bit of a power curve for us, right? So we lose power right now, but we'll gain a significant amount of power later. Now, we're very negative financially at this moment, and that is deeply unsurprising. We did just get back some prestige there, so that's good. And we're waiting on men-at-arms. I'm going to send these guys over and start up a siege here. Do we have a siege commander? Yes, it will be this guy. And we'll head up over here. Sure, we can start translating a book. We're also working on our legend, of course, and it only exists in one barony right now. But that's fine. Okay, so gold is a concern, but we can definitely spend our war chest for a while here. And once we have some of these constructions start to finish up, that's going to be very useful for us. We're going to start to see our income really start to increase. You guys are intended to be here. Actually, I'm thinking about pushing up this direction, fighting these guys, and taking over this siege. That'll also build us a bunch of prestige, although I want to reiterate here. Prestige is a lot less important now that we're feudal. Okay, so we're going to fight these guys here. Discount towards upgrading our legend increases and we get some dread. Do it. So we're going to fight these guys. That'll net us some prestige, but this is mostly about building up our level of fame at this point. Okay, so that looks good. Now I want to go up and take over this siege. So we're working here right now. We could even split this force and send half of them over to here. Oh, these guys are running away. That makes me so sad. That's very sad. Who is sieging one of our territories and where? I just saw it out over here. Okay. Sure. Actually, we can spend some prestige here. We don't care about prestige all that much anymore. Prestige is still useful for us, to be clear. We're going to need it for CBs, but we're not super concerned about it, all things considered. Onagers are going to be very useful for us. That is definitely something that we want to do. And there is this holding that is occupied. Now, where is this? Oh, right over here. Sure. We can take that back after we get this. Beautiful. How dare you? Okay. So that seems all reasonably fine. Spread in baronies 5 at this point. Our legend spread chance is only 20%, but it is being worked on. And we are, well, we're 38. We're not as young as I thought we were. Okay. Well, this siege is going to currently be done in 4 months. This one in 3. And yes, sleep will do us all some good. Okay. This all looks reasonably fine for the moment. We've just about got our realm put back together, or at least broadly put back together. I'm not sure if we had Tabesti previously. I think maybe we did. But for the time being, this is reasonably fine. So we're going to wrap up this siege here. That's going to be pretty significant. And these guys are going to come take back this territory, since that'll be the fastest siege. Seems good. You know what? I don't want to lose legitimacy. We'll spend some gold, but it's going to be grim. Our heir is currently unmarried, and we should probably do something about that. Let's sort by alliance power here. Kingdom of Kabu. You know what? Let's do this. That seems okay. Making sure that they're not in a faction. Cool. So we do have a faction here, and that faction is peasants. Okay, I don't care about peasants. Peasants are completely and totally irrelevant to us right now. So that sounds good. Finishing up the siege of their capital puts us at 20% war score. We are going to demand, or rather not demand that artifact. We're not going to acquiesce to the demand of that artifact. And at this point, we could take Iron Constitution. We could take Mental Resilience, Pedagogy. Let's take Pedagogy for now. That seems fine. We still need to get caught up in tech. And that's absolutely fine. I want to check in on development probably after this war. We are definitely worthy of this. Okay. Looks good. So this siege is going to finish shortly. 27 days on that. And we did get a learning perk. Looks great. Yes, a kindred soul. Join me. We're going to grab open-minded here. Different cultural opinion will be quite useful for us, actually. And let's get these sieges wrapped up. So this guy's going to head up over here, I think, next. Looks good. We're at 32% war score. This is not as much war score as I would like to have, obviously. Where is Tinduf? Okay, so he's sieging up over this way. Noted. That is a long ways away. I'm probably not going to worry about that. Okay, we could actually start to feel a little bit better, or we could gain a little bit of prestige, and that's what we'll do for now. Now that we have feudalism, of course, this is all going to be very, very good. Unfortunately... Okay, we're going to lose some stress and gain some gold there. Gold is becoming a concern. No doubt about that. Okay, so we're at 40% war score. I was hoping to get some decent captures out of this capital siege. Unfortunately, that did not happen. Serve me well, Farbahawa, and we'll get some prestige out of that. We would have preferred some gold, but it's okay. Cool. So how are our constructions going here? Well, they're going to take some time, no doubt about that. And it's going to need to build up a fair amount of gold as well. A lot of this gold is due to our raised armies, right? We would be positive. Sure, we'll pay the Royal Court a visit real quick here. I don't care about their relationship. That is fine. It is time to arrest the beast. Definitely. Okay. So that all seems good. This siege is complete, and we need to head up this direction. Unfortunately, we should really probably take over this siege and have these guys head up to deal with that force. Okay. More prestige here. Sounds good. And we're currently at 49% war score. Okay. It's definitely not ideal. That's for sure. So these sieges are all finishing up. So 74% war score. Sounds good. We're going to move up all of these forces for the time being, but these guys are just going to park here for right now. We're going to need to continue to move up. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. So the peasants have fired here, and that's interesting. They have mercs down here. Okay, so we're going to need to deal with these guys. They cannot make progress, actually. So that's remarkable. We could hire mercs of our own. I don't think that's a great idea. I'm going to drop a rally point here, and we're going to raise whatever we have available, which is actually not bad. We're going to go in and attack here. This is enough. So we're going to head in here. Looks good. And these guys can head up here and start sieging. Okay, and we're going to continue to advance up this way. Okay, so we succeeded this battle, and we want to head up here next. Looks good. We do have a dynasty legacy. We're going to take delegated authority here. Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to leave a siege force here. And then these guys are going to head up over here. Cool. How are we doing here? We're going to catch them momentarily. Looks great. So these sieges are, of course, slow. There's no doubt about that. We need to get our hands on some siege weapons. But we'll get there. So this war is over. We'll enforce those demands, and these guys could be disbanded, but I'm not going to do that just yet. We're going to be very close to disbandment up over here. These lads have taken a lot of attrition. That's for sure. But we're going to get these sieges done fairly soon. 3 months here, 5 months here, and 9 months here. Okay. That together will hopefully get us enough to wrap up this war. That's the plan, anyway. So we're going to be doing this. These guys are potentially a threat to us, and that is a concern. They have turned around, though. Okay. So we're going to move these guys up and move these guys up. Attrition is definitely painful in this situation. No doubt about that. But I do believe that these two locations should do the trick. Okay, that puts us at 95. Yeah, this will do it. I think. Yes, this will do it. Beautiful. So let's let this siege finish, 40 days, and that will wrap up the war. Now, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will continue our transition over towards feudalism, now that we have this in a better situation. Do we want to be hungover? No, we'll do this. Okay. Okay, so that war is over. Let's enforce those demands, disband our troops, and we're in a better position. But we need to be worried a little bit about our financial situation. No doubt about that. And we will get that dealt with soon enough. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALVAS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kintogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri 8, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.